Alright, hello folks. I just stopped at a place that I have passed by a few times over the years. And there's always been 30 or 40 cars outside. It's like a restaurant. They have a bakery. And I'm like, today I'm going to stop because I have time. And because I'm not really expecting anything severe today, maybe one or two. And I am going to stop here and eat, despite there being that many cars out there. And it was pretty good. What was the name of that town? Zackville. Z-A-C-K-ville. Zackville, Texas. Alright, so I have been nourished. I know what you see right here is what came over while I was eating. And it was noisy. A lot of crowd to ground lightning. Of course, thunder. To go with that. Very reasonably priced. Actually, I think I want to take that highway, so I'm going to see if I can turn myself around here in a minute. Yeah, I got a road coming up here I can probably turn around on. This is kind of a busy highway. I want to get off of it. Dirt roads today? No. There's more behind too. See, there's some more coming from over there. Yep. Heavy rain producers. Figured, what the heck, it's a Friday. There's thunderstorms. Whatever. Just do it, right? And slow movers too. Very slow. Like this, what you see up ahead is maybe moving 3 miles per hour. get fuel here in a little while, but I'll have to get back to, quote, civilization to do that. A lot of farmland out here. Nice views. Ran across some areas earlier where roads had been washed out. They've been fixed, but yeah, it's been wet. Pretty good outflow boundary pushed out from stuff out to the west. I was actually showing someone at the restaurant, I was showing them that outflow boundary. I said, yeah, it's kind of a focal point for some of this stuff to blow up. But don't worry, it's not going to be anything you need to be worried about, just lightning. Just to kind of let you know where I am. I'm in Central Texas, and I am just north of a little community called Wilson, Texas. Maybe to narrow that down a little bit, not narrow it down, but give you a general idea. Southeast of Temple, Texas. Again, not expecting anything today, except maybe a couple of isolated severe storms. That would probably be for wind, if anything else. Some of these could potentially put down some pretty strong winds, downdraft type scenarios. Low-topped, in general, low-topped. This community right here, there's actually a sign for it. It's called Wilson. Probably will not be until dark day. I think maybe by 4 or 5 p.m. I'm going to get into this a little bit. That's all there is to it. You see, I'm just kind of coming into it on the south side here, just right behind it. I love it out here because there's no traffic hardly at all. Love it. Probably head over to Rosebud for some fuel. So I'll end up punching through this just to get there, but that's okay. Could it potentially have a little piece of pea-sized hail in it? Yeah, maybe. Probably not. It'll probably melt before it gets to the ground. 0.25 at 1,000 feet, whatever. Let me see what elevation. Elevation. 1,800. Yeah. If there's pea-sized hail at 1,800 feet, it's hitting the ground as a water droplet. It's not going to be a hailstone. Shouldn't be anything big hail-wise out of this today, anyway. While I've got no traffic, go ahead and open it up, see if there's anybody actually watching. I don't even know. I got a left turn coming up. Oh yeah, there's a few people here. Okay, well, that's good. I will be setting a little small target today to try to cover some of the expense. Okay, Christopher, thanks. 250. Okay. Blue Sammy. Roxanne. Much heavier rain coming up here in about 10 seconds. Trying to look over and stay on the road. Mystic rain. Okay. Here's my moderator. Thanks for getting on here, Colin, and thanks for answering that question. It's been a heavy downpour here for a while. So far so good. I did an update on bonding this morning actually, and knock on some wood please. So I'll just knock on my head, but anyway, knock knock knock. It seems to be holding up okay, and I'm running 4 bonded connections right now. Two AT&T AT&T Ethernet connection, one AT&T wireless connection, one Verizon wireless connection, and Starlink is Ethernet right into the system. So that's what I got operational right now. And one of the things that I was trying to get the engineers to work on was those situations where you don't have enough bandwidth on, let's say for example on AT&T, to be able to push the video. Even though Starlink would compensate for it in most cases. Now Starlink may not work through a lot of this heavy rain, but so far it's still holding in there. It's not perfect, but it's still there. But when you have a problem with one of the connections, it always takes a little bit of time for the system to renegotiate throughput, the pathways, and reroute everything. And that's one of the things I wanted to work on was just if we can speed up that process. So this is my first day of actually running with this update. Not much out of it, but it's going to catch me again in Rosebud, Texas. I'm going to stop and get fuel in Rosebud, Texas. Gotta have fuel. Yeah, I bet your back camera's got a bunch of rain droplets on it. Oh yeah. Hello again, May. Can't remember if this highway comes right out at the Sevco or is it across? I think it's across. I'll get there. I'm not anywhere close to running out of fuel. No worries there. So, Rosebud, Texas. Last year, Daniel, Shaw, and I were rolling together out here, and we had some serious downdraft winds, stuff blowing across the highway in front of us, and it was intense. It's kind of like one of these days, actually. That pump doesn't work. Fuel stop. Fuel stop. All right, let me check something. That pump doesn't work. Sounds fine to me. Fuel stop. All right. Yep, fuel stop. Pretty lane behind all this. Get the rear camera cleared up. Yeah. Yeah, that's pushing too much. That could possibly overmodulate. Okay. We're still proud of fuel price. I saw gas for $3.20 something earlier. Hope it keeps coming down. All right. Let's do a simple thing today. Something simple. 5. All. Will it go that long or not? I don't know. Uh-oh, just moved my mapping. I don't need my mapping. I know exactly where I am, where I'm headed, and everything else. Okay. We'll start a small one. Start a small one. Doesn't have to stop at 5, but I just started a small one. Small goal. How many times do we have to say it's not free to do this stuff? Even if it ain't a whole lot to it, it's still not free. Is this guy turning left? I'm assuming he is. Yep. Alright. All connections still good? Yep, they're still good. Now we'll get the good old spot on the screen back in March, was it? Yeah. I always have to tell this one, that spot in the screen right there at the bottom center, that's a windshield chip repair. from a big bolt or something that flew off a guy's truck and hit me. It looked much worse than it does now. Back then, I was not happy. Just decided to go ahead and make the whole year with it and be done with it. You know what? This is kind of not going to work out with this highway. I really probably should go to 6. Can I do that from here? Well, I can't turn around right now. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. I don't have it up, anything up, so I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing a viewer count. I'm not seeing chat or anything. I'm on a main highway right now, so I'm not going to be glancing over. Where does 1445? Okay. Which way does it turn? This highway's not going to help me. Gosh, these are not even pretty looking. I like the fact that there's nobody here. Let me just stop. Let me look at this map a little bit. Now, I'm not going to take any of these other roads because it has rained a lot, and you don't know what kind of condition they could be in, especially if they're not paved. I think I want to get myself across over to Highway 6. So I'm going to head back to Rosebud, and then I'm going to go east. Go ahead because I won't be there for a while. cross east. Let's see, we gotta go a right turn, then another right turn. Rosebud, Texas. North Loop 265. Typical small town Texas. There is not a thing that's impressive. Where are the severe storms right now? There's 2 in Florida, 2 in Minnesota. Probably not going to get one down here today. It's also been cloudy, and ooh, that's a big hole in the road. This is the highway that I wanted to try to take, I think. Yeah, so yeah, it's been cloudy, so we haven't had a lot of good big time daytime heating. I think yesterday the heat index at my home reached 117 degrees. So I'll just go southeast just for a mile or so and then back to the east. That right there is not a wall cloud. Okay? Just want to make that clear. Just like lightning does not have an E in it. Anybody new that subscribed, appreciate it. If you haven't, go ahead and do it. You just never know what you might get to see some days. Some days are just boring. Some days start out boring and stay boring. Then they get exciting. Then they go back to boring again. I always say if you think stuff is boring, just think about the travel just to get to a target area to start with. Before the stream starts, you still got to get from A to B before you even start streaming. So yeah, like this vehicle's got, it's got about, well, it's got a lot of miles on it, but I can tell you that 300,000 of them are boring miles. Well, it's good. So far, so good on all the new bonding update stuff. So far, so good. Like that. The only issue that I seem to be having is the Ethernet connection. Ethernet 2 has a connection issue. Probably need to get a new connector, new cable for something for that. Because it was down, it's back up now. I just moved the cable. Definitely need to do something with that. Riding in the rain right now. That match that came over me while I was eating was really noisy. It had a lot of lightning in it. Got a wide load tractor blocking the entire highway coming up. That gives meaning to the what they call these farm to market roads. Now this guy's not going to the market, but he's definitely coming off the farm. Taking up both lanes. I may have to deal with him again in a minute, but check this road out. I don't know if I've ever been down it before. It pretty much goes straight south. It's not a straight road by any stretch of the imagination. So it's going to come out at Calvert. Not directly, of course. Well, I guess there's a few people they're bored today. Wilderville or Wilderville, something. We had a few hiccups with the stream there. The AT&T service out here is horrible, and I'm going into an even lower spot. Verizon's looking good. Starlink is still there. So far, I think that the reliability, the connectivity is actually working better with this update. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but it looks like it's working better with the new update. So hopefully we're on the right track. Because I see it trying to really negotiate this AT&T stuff right now. And while it's doing that, it doesn't look like it's dropping. So that's a plus in my opinion. All right, I just crossed the Brazos River. Let's see what's going on. I'm just investigating some areas out here right now. That's about all I'm doing. Alright, so I'm basically heading towards Highway 6. Technically, I am northwest of Brenham, Texas. With low expectations today. Very low expectations. The bigger mass of anything is really heading into the DFW area. It's pretty much just a big rainmaker type deal. Turn on lightning. I'm sure there's a lot of lightning in that. Just the leading edge, yeah, there's not a whole lot. Like a lightning bolt, some lightning has occurred close to my house, actually. Yeah, you get this time of year in the southern plains, down south, you don't really expect a whole lot anymore because all the energy's pretty much moved up north. I think there's some stuff on tap for tomorrow or whatever the day after. I don't remember. I don't even know. I'm not going up there, so I'm not paying any attention to it. Not this year, anyway. I just wanted to shoot back to the east, and then I'm going to go back to the south, basically south, see if anything can intensify back on this stuff on the south end of it. I'm just about to the main highway here too, and once I get to that, I will be picking up a lot more traffic, but it's 4 lanes. Not a lot to see. There is a significant advised sell over on I-45 north of Houston, or just south of Conroe. That's a long way from here. Not concerned with that. There's just no upper level support. What I see this morning, maybe 20, 25 mile per hour. Yeah, not gonna get a whole lot of stuff out of that. There was enough cape, but it's instability should be, if we could get some more sun. But yeah, it is what it is. This is also another stream test today, just to see if this update was going to help or not. So far, I like what's happened with it, so not a total loss. Big thunderstorms today? Nah. Pull over, and I just want to take a little quick look and see what's what. There's a lot of boredom on the radar. Quick glance. That's a lot of boredom. Let me take a look and see. I want to look at satellite. I want to look and see where we might have some clearing going on, if we have any. Do sub-regional. Let's look at the whole. A little more clearing. Yeah, there's a little more clearing going on. This motion. Westward advancing boundary of Mexico. Okay. Okay. Let me look for some boundary stuff here real quick. Let's see, zoom level 150. All right. Northeast. Well. Okay, good enough on that. Let me go to my just out of curiosity. Crap. A dew point of 83 down to my southeast. Jeez Louise. Upper 70s. Yeah. It's plenty moist, that's for sure. Well, I'm gonna head on that direction. Nobody coming. Good. Wish there was more to show, but there's not today. Alright, I'm heading south on Highway 6 right now. Next nearest town to me is going to be just to my east. It's Brenham, Texas. Next town down the line on Highway 6 here will be Calvert, Texas. This was totally pretty much dependent on daytime heating today. Get that target of 5 with this weak content. Oh boy. Now, streaming from the road is getting close to being really end of season. The only other things might be something tropical or something just out of the ordinary moving forward. Severe thunderstorm warnings right now. There's one in Minnesota and there's 2 in Florida. Listen to the road noise. Rain over there. That's about it. Excuse me. As I always say, drive-in dust. Starlink is having an issue through here. It's working, but it's not good right now for some reason. Kind of smoky through here. Something's burning somewhere. Let's get on down here and see if we can find some pretty looking clouds. I'm going to look at this stuff that's just to my down to my south. I come to this next town, I'm going to get off this main highway and I'm going to go down Farm to Market Road where it's just farmland, wide open area. This might, let's see, I would come out, yeah, okay. Give it a try. So I'm going to be turning in Calvert, Texas. I'm essentially heading south from there. We have a tornado warning in Minnesota, so while I'm cruising down the road here with nothing much to see, let's take a look at that. I want to get in on that. Hold on. Do it while there's no traffic around me. What? Wait, what? Reported tornado there in Minnesota. Okay, listen, here we go. All right. Is that LeConte? Conte Benedict under a tornado warning in Minnesota? It's a reported tornado. Now, what in the world do we have here? Motion. Let's look at the velocity and see if it's showing anything. Who Who in the world reported a tornado there? I don't see anything. Let's see. It's a pretty high elevation scan too. I don't know. It's really a high elevation scan over there, so there could be something there. It's one of those cases where you know, radar's not going to really show you much. It's not showing me anything. So, for whatever that's worth. So we'll go from Minnesota. Let's get back down here to Texas. It's one of those cases where you know, you've got a high elevation scan. Look, I've seen tornadoes on days where it looked like that. One particular case was there was just something really broad, really nasty, weak looking, way up at 12,000 feet on that elevation scan, but there was a tornado crossing the highway in front of me. And if you looked on reflectivity, it was just a little blip, a little blip there, and that was it. So maybe somebody saw something, and you know, maybe it's one of those cases where the spin is initiated at the lowest levels and the radar's not going to see it. It is what it is. Fella, you go ahead and speed through this town because they will pull you over if they're out here. What was it, a couple of days ago? I had 3.94 inches of rain at my house. Calvert, Texas. Yeah, let's head out. Let's head back out to the farmland and let's see what we can see. sail. Well, I got a sail back to my northeast. I got a little sail southeast. I got a little sail down to the southwest. We'll be away from all the trees and back in the open farmland here shortly. We're looking southwest right now. I see a little fluff up ahead. I was going to pull out in front of me. How we doing? Everybody enjoying a boring drive through the countryside? 0 of 5 on target. Fuel expense today to sea level nothing's probably going to be in the neighborhood of $70. And figure in the data for maybe about a 3-hour stream, maybe 4-hour stream. Won't be too bad. We didn't have as much cloudiness as we do on hand. Stronger sail still down to my south. That one, I don't know. It's the second tornado warning over there in Minnesota too, by the way. Just up to my northeast, looks like it tried to intensify a bit. Might get down to that next one. Oh gosh, if they have road construction on Highway 50, do they still, I don't know if it's still ongoing or not. So I am just west of Hearne, Texas right now. Please turn left. Please turn left. Oh, good. Very good. All right. Good to go. All right. Back to the east and the rear. Trust me, you do not want to get off of the paved road. Everything is totally saturated, so you would likely get stuck if you pulled off the road. you hadn't subscribed, please do. Sometimes there's some pretty darn good stuff to see on some of these streams. If you want to help me out to reach that minimal little target I set for today, please do. Can't be out here without support. my device is not charging. Okay, it is now. That thing is going to be all the way, that one to the south. I'm not even going to be able to get that. Apparently, daytime lane closures. Be prepared to stop. I was afraid of that. Maybe they took the day off, but either way, if it ain't paved, it's liable to be really nasty driving through it. I mean, it's good they're working on this highway. I travel this highway from time to time, and if you have any rain on it, it was horrible, really horrible when it came to road bonding. Now it's been redone, it's nice, but they're not finished, and where they may be working on it must be still farther ahead. All right, big guy, you're on your brakes. Okay, you're turning left. Thank you for letting me know. The next little community that I'll pass through up ahead is going to be Mumford, Texas. Well, I think I see the construction zone up ahead, and it's going to be okay. Going to be so much for having things washed off the vehicle here. It's going to be probably a little muddy. I am not looking forward to driving through this. Well, it's not bad. At least they've got it packed down, but I'm still going to have a bunch of mud thrown up. Well, I say they had it packed down. There's a lot of loose mud here. Holy moly, it's slick too. Yeah, case in point, check this guy out. Yeah, that didn't turn out well. And I'm going to have 100 pounds of mud caked up in my wheel wells, the sides, by the time I get through all this. Oh gosh. Now he's splattered mud all the way up to my windows on the passenger side. This is actually kind of slick. What a mess. And we have the one-lane bridge deal here. At least I'm catching it on green. Well, maybe I'll find some standing water somewhere later today that I can just drive through it. Maybe it'll knock some of this stuff off. What a mess. A lot of lightning on this one to my south, but I'm not going to be able to catch up to that thing. Let's see. Nah. I can come close, but I'm not going to be able to. Doesn't matter. It's not like it's a tornadic storm or something where I need to get in the right spot to be able to see a tornado. It's just I can even look at it from the north side and be okay too. And after that, there's not a whole lot else going on. I'll look back and see some other things and make a decision whether I'm going to hang out for a while or just call it a day. I'm actually in no rush for anything today. some pretty good development way south of me, though. I don't know. I might consider that. There you go. I'm way up in the top part of the screen, more to the left. About 20% off the top. I'm right up here right now, heading south. We got more stuff coming from the south. It's where we had more sunlight, more sunshine, so it helped kick some things off. So yeah, that's a lot of lightning starting to go in on that stuff too. So I might consider that. Generally speaking, I'd have to go probably. Let's see. I think I could stay on Highway 50 for a while. I might stay on Highway 50 all the way. So I'm west of College Station, Texas right now, just coming into Brazos County. We got behind somebody that's going like 52 miles per hour. Make that 47 now. Again, if you have not subscribed, please go ahead and do so. It's not going to cost you anything to subscribe. I set a super chat goal of only 5 today. If you can do that, that would be appreciated. Again, it costs money to be out here on the road like this all the time. I'm not out here all the time, but it costs, and I'm trying to get down here to at least get some views of some storms. Maybe we'll see some pretty looking clouds or something, or we'll get to see some nice CG lightning. but going 47 miles per hour is really gonna slow me up here big time. Getting back down to the south. This guy finally gonna turn off. Oh gosh. Now we're down to 37 and I don't see a signal that he's turning off anywhere. Well, I'm almost back to another main cross highway. I've got to go down that thing for about 2 miles before I get back on this highway again to head south. Oh my Lord, what are you doing? All this, yeah, that's on you, man. What are you doing? Apparently he pulled off to let us go by when we're practically up to the next highway. Whatever. Now I got to deal with a construction zone here for a bit. Okay, go fella. If you go, I can go. Yeah. Yeah, we're looking west right now on the camera, and you can see there's convection trying to build back up that way. So, and then back over here on the back side is what we got. What, we can't make a left turn here? Oh my gosh. I guess I gotta go down here and make a U-turn somewhere. Oh gosh. Well, it's not too bad. Only a quarter mile one way, a quarter mile back the other way. I'm gonna have an oil change coming up here in about 600 miles too. There goes another $100, right? initial cell I was going to try to get to is that right there. Kind of see the silhouette of it, but that one's already shot too far to my east, so I'm not going to worry about that. I got plenty of stuff coming in from the south of me, so I'm just going to keep heading south here. Let's see, this is going to put me there, it's going to put me down there. Yeah. So I'm west of College Station, Texas, headed south. Am I expecting anything severe today, this afternoon? Not really, but it's possible there could be something briefly severe. And in all likelihood, it would be because of wind. Probably with that downdraft wind. I'm probably going to get into some of this one. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try intentionally, actually, so I can get all this mud washed off my truck. sunflower fields out there, folks. I'm gonna make a pit stop for myself and also get myself a drink. Pit stop, rear. Oh, can't do that. Gotta do this. I will return shortly. Maybe I'll open chat up when I come back. Maybe I'll see that we got somewhere towards that little small super chat goal of 5. Dreaming. Oh my gosh, if I had my remote camera hooked up right now, I would show you guys the mess of mud that is caked on the side of the thing. Good grief. Whew. Super humid out there too. Super humid. Almost miserable. Okay, whose connection did we lose? Don't have time to look at. Let's see. We're gonna have to do. This stuff is not cooperating with me on my highway path. I'll be on the wrong side of it all. Gosh. Oh well. It is what it is. Raindrops all over that. Okay. Make the best of it. Somebody is going to take their pictures of the sunflowers right there. I think that's what they're doing. Yep, get the children out, get the child out. There you go, get the child out. Go take your pictures of the sunflowers. A lot of people do that. As for me, folks are going to get into some mud in there too. I'm going that way. I'm not going to be able to get on the east side of this. Probably be where some of the better views would be, but the way this is lined up, I don't have a good highway option to do that. Unless I punch through later on down at, let's say Brenham, Texas. I'm not going to go back to the east and to College Station and get on Highway 6 and head south, east, then south. Nah, I'll just stay on this. There'll be less traffic out here anyway. Just waiting on a red light to change to green. Green light and everybody stopped. Y'all better stop. Don't hit me because it would hurt. Maybe we'll have an active fall season. Maybe I'll get an opportunity in the fall season, fall severe season, which it's been pretty lame the last couple, 3 years actually. But when we get into the fall season, I don't travel far. I pretty much have a 200-mile circle that is pretty much my limit. Go back a few years ago, this building straight ahead, there were twin tornadoes out here February 5th one year. I forgot if that was 4, 5, or 6 years ago, I don't remember. Yeah, February 5th, we had twin tornadoes come right through here. I was right behind them over there. The first one actually started touching down right where I was at. maybe in the fall season I'll get some decent things to stream on those days that I do select or elect to go out. I don't always go. This stuff to my south is so slowly drifting. Let me just show you. Bottom left of the screen, that stuff is moving so slow, and it's almost training with very slow eastward movement. So if that were to continue in some of these areas, there is the possibility we get a flash flood warning pop out after a while. I'm in right now is the tail end of this. Wait a minute. Yep. Oh, I'm right here. Right here. Heading down to the rest of this down here. So I'm going to go through a little town here a few miles up ahead. It's called Clay, C-L-A-Y, Clay, Texas. Then I will go through Independence, Texas, and then I will be in Brenham, Texas. lot of water where the driving path is. I'm trying to avoid that a little bit. Good way to hydroplane. I just got a message because I did not open up. I don't have chat open, sorry. So Katie, thank you for those two. Every little bit helps. Appreciate it. Realize it's almost 4 p.m. local time. I was pretty much clueless where the what time of day it was. Has that ever happened to any of y'all? I mean, if any of you ever like, hey, what time is it? You have just no concept of what time of day it is. I mean, I should have thought about it. Yeah, I ate lunch about 12:30. I didn't think the time had passed. Was it 12:30 or closer to 1 p.m.? I don't know. Good grief. Time's going by. We'll be tied up tomorrow. There may be a few storms still tomorrow down in this area, but I'm going to be tied up until about, supposedly up until about 3 p.m. In a clinic. And I'm not talking about the kind of clinic where you go because that's where the doctors are. It's something else. Unfortunately, I'm about to get out of all of the nice flat farmland, and I'm going to get into a little more hilly terrain, more trees. I just saw the flash of some lightning up ahead. wait on train. I have to wait on the train. Oh my gosh. And the engine's just crossed. Oh well, it's been a day of one delay after another. So enjoy the train graffiti. Okay, since I got a moment. While I wait for this train, let's check it out. Oh, okay, 4 or 5. Okay, Katie, twice. Thank you, Katie. Sheila, thank you. That's great. Barbara, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Glad you've come aboard. Just know that there's some days you get to see some really cool live streams. Doesn't happen all the time. Today's one of those days. You don't get to see anything really cool unless you like trains. Yeah, whatever. Sometimes I go out just for things that are putting down lightning. Other times, you know, it's the severe aspect of things. Of, you know, maybe occasionally there's a tornado on the stream, or some really great structure, or some really nice colors with some of the storms. And of course we're in hurricane season now too, so I don't know how much of that I'm gonna mess with this year, because I don't like going to the middle Gulf Coast because it's trees all the way right up to the ocean. We'll see. Train's gone. So could be some tropical stuff later on. I mean, I was in Galveston, Texas, God, I don't even remember, earlier this week for what became Tropical Storm Arthur, but I pretty much concluded after going down there, and I had a couple of reasons to be there, and I took care of those reasons. But after I looked at everything, I'm like, you know what, this is not going to do anything coastal to Texas. Apparently the area of low pressure moved right over Galveston. So, I mean, I was right there had it done anything, but everything was going to pretty much stay offshore, and you weren't going to have the big flood things until it got into Louisiana and, you know, in the southeast and what areas over there. So I think it was about, I don't know, let's see, I finished, let's see, the 10 o'clock cycle was over 10, 11, 10, about 10:30 that night is when I really started looking. Well, it was after 10:30. But anyway, I started looking, and I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, okay. Here's my forecast for myself, and I'm going to go ahead and start that 2.5 hour drive back home. And that's what I did, and got home about 1:45 a.m., something like that. So totally made the right decision on that. But we'll see what happens later. It's real early in the season. Maybe not a repeat of last year. Well, it's already not a repeat of last year, where not a single tropical system was in the Gulf. So I did nothing last year as far as tropical. And I've gotten to where I don't even want to travel to Florida or something like that for them. I just like, yeah, I'll pass. Don't have to be there all the time. Been in enough. Skipping something or missing something really does not bother me whatsoever. I think this stuff's going to be east of Brenham, Texas by the time I get down here. things you look for to give you an indication of what the wind's doing. Look at those flags. They're not even moving. AT&T services are struggling right now. Starlink is not optimum right now either. It looks like the stream's holding up, so maybe the engineers did some good with the update. We do have significant weather advisories on these. I just can't get on the other side of them. We're good. Yep. All connectivity is at perfection right now. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button while you're at it. I don't know what that does to help, but it's there, use it. just gonna have to get myself on down to Highway 290 here. I might try to punch through everything here in a bit and just get on the east side for a little while. Dangly piece back over there, that is not a funnel cloud. Right? That is not a funnel. Not. Oh, really? I'm coasting and still catching up with you, fella. You couldn't have waited 5 seconds for me to get on there. Oh, boy. You know, one day somebody suggested I just need to do a video of drivers. You know, some of the silly things that people do. No, let's just put dumb things that people do. Yeah, I could. I sure could. I don't get road rage. I just like to point out, like, why are you doing this? Sometimes the human race just blows my mind. The way of thinking just, yeah. Ah, yeah, we got lightning. We got lightning. We're getting lightning. There's still a tornado warning in Minnesota. Wait, you know, ooh, that was a good one. I'm gonna do this. I know what I'm gonna do. I should have taken that other highway. What I can do here is take the back from the market roads. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go east a few miles, and then I'm going to be going a little southeast, and then I'm going to go south. Oh, golf course on the left. There's a guy out there with his golf club and everything. Dude, there is lightning in the area. Why are you standing out on the golf course? Likely wearing golf shoes. If you don't know, golf shoes have metal spikes, and you're holding a lightning rod in your hand. Is that smart? Not very. Oh boy. So let's see, I could take my big camera. I actually have my big camera in here today. Take my big camera around and just start tripoding and shooting things and say, okay, this is not smart. Standing on a golf course with your golf club and your steel spikes on. Maybe doing some driver things, you know, car drivers. I'm not talking about drivers like you use in golf, right? Just talking about people driving and the silly things that they do. Like at a four-way stop intersection, it is amazing how many people don't realize the procedure of how you handle a four-way stop. If I have any guarantees that everything's going to work in this area that I'm going to go into shortly, I don't know. But we're going to find out. It'll be a good test for this upgrade. Good test. highway should be coming up in about 2 or 3 miles, if I'm not mistaken. What is going on here? Okay, somebody's turning. So I'm just northeast of Brenham, Texas right now. I'm taking the back roads to get down to 290. Probably come out. Probably just go out to. It'll come out of Chapel Hill, Texas. After that, I may call it a day. Bunch of slow traffic on Highway 290 up ahead when I get there. I'm going to get into a little bit of heavy stuff here. Yeah, I've been down through here before when this whole highway was underwater. I don't remember the last time that occurred. It was a few years ago. Stream's holding up through this area. I think the improvements have helped. If it hasn't dropped, I haven't been able to watch, but if it's held up pretty steady, I feel good about feel good about that. Really do. Definitely have had to work through some kinks on this stuff over the last 2 months, which is a long time of year to have to be working through kinks, but it just happens that way sometimes. If you hadn't subscribed, go ahead and hit that button. Sometimes there are some great views to be had here. Let it be known that going out and live streaming severe weather events is not my, this is not a severe weather event, of course, but it's not my life, okay? I go when I feel like it, and I go where I feel like going, and I don't have a lot of desire to travel all over the country anymore. So, a little bit here and a little bit there. I hope this is washing some of that mud off my truck. Starlink is down right now, and all this heavy rain, Starlink is not going to work. Chapel Hill, Texas. Well, it might take me a minute to get through town here. Well, it'll take more than that, but just debating whether I want to go east a little bit, maybe. Maybe just get in front of this if I can. I don't know. At least maybe there'll be a little bit of decent looking clouds to look at. I just don't know what it looks like between this and the cell that's just to the southeast of this. Kind of waiting on a flash flood warning in this area. Rear. The only bad thing about getting out on 290 right now and all this is there's so much more traffic. Alright, since I'm waiting on this light for so long, I'm going to go back to something I say from time to time. I've had somebody with me before stuck at a light like this and said, gosh, that's a long light. And I said, no, it's just as round and same size as all the rest of the traffic lights. Yep. Lots of water. Lots of water. Oh, when I come back the other way, guess what? I get to fight all that traffic right there. Maybe it'll clear out some. Once they get past all the rain, back to the west, they don't have anything to worry about. It's fine for everybody to be going slower in these kind of conditions. know, I'm only going 50 miles per hour. Right now I'm coming into Waller County, Texas from the west side. I've gotten myself beyond all the heavy precipitation now. Going to be a couple other little heavy spitters here going on, but we're good. We're good. Well, I think the stream's been holding up, running on the 3 land-based data connections. Starlink is not yet back online. It should start coming back any second now. 329 fuel on my left. I will not be needing any more fuel today. So I'll end up going through about $70 in fuel expense today. I'm not going to go too much farther down the road here. Just say I'm going to get to the end of my rope. I'm not going to go anymore for this. Once this is past me, it's pretty much smooth sailing. Just go ahead and head back. Right up ahead on the other side of that cloud bank is another area of heavy rain. Now, come Sunday, that's the day I've kind of been waiting to, any new people here. 2 weeks ago from this past Tuesday, I had to put my little pup down. My little Ziggy, I had to put him down. And he was cremated, and a week ago, today 1 week ago, last week Friday, I got the remains, the cremains, or whatever you want to refer to it to. And I just hadn't brought myself to even open that box up yet, but kind of just waiting. And this Sunday, being Father's Day, that's the day that I'm going to open the box up, and I'm going to go ahead and take some of those ashes, and I'm going to sprinkle them around his favorite spots in the yard. He was a house dog, but I'm going to sprinkle a few of them around, and come to some closure on that deal. I still miss that little guy a lot. And that was a very hard decision for me to make. No, anyway, every day gets better, right? And it does. This is as far southeast as I am going. Be home well before dark today. So yeah, nothing was really expected today. There's a slight chance that there could have been not even a slight chance. There's a real iffy chance that something could have gone severe. But nah. Gosh, this is not the smoothest road I've been on, I'll tell you. Still a tornado warning up in Minnesota. Yeah, but anyway, there was just a narrow corridor of possibility today, and I'm like, why not? Why not go ahead and do it? Besides, the season's almost over. I haven't been down this highway in a long time. And yeah, it gave me a chance to gave me a chance to check out this new software update that I put in this morning for the bonding, and I've covered some ground today, and I think connectivity's been pretty darn good with that change. So I'm satisfied at this point in time. It's just a darn shame that it had to start behaving this well now instead of 2 months ago, when I was really getting frustrated with the connectivity issues going on. And all that time it was a issue with a software update for the bonding. The update just totally messed everything up, and it was so unreliable. And the way I determined that is I took I turned everything off. I didn't bond anything, and I used Starlink only with very few problems. And then I started up the bonding solution stuff again, and all I had on there was Starlink, and I started having problems again. So pretty much concluded, not to mention the fact that I had pulled all of the operational logs and just all kind of information, got it back to the guys for some analysis, and yep, and found a problem. And this is yeah, they found a problem, and the update that they did was better. And this one is even better because I wanted more, uh, I wanted it to be faster on switchovers when it's got to reroute. So, yeah, I've been happy with it today. Again, I'm going to knock on some wood. Maybe we're on the right track. See, I just noticed that my AT&T services have gone downhill big time right now. And the fact that I'm not getting any hiccups on that, because typically what I would get when I would have something go, like you lose service, or you may have service but you don't have enough bandwidth on their system, whatever the case may be, it would renegotiate the path of everything and have to reconfigure, and it does it on the fly. And when it would do it, I would always get a hiccup because it's trying, okay, this is gone. I gotta reroute this signal. So it's not doing it now. So maybe they got it fixed. And the fact is that even my Starlink is showing that the connection is poor. AT&T, both AT&Ts are showing poor. Verizon is showing good. Well, as I say that, now Starlink has gone back to good. One of the AT&Ts has gone back to good. So anyway, when something would go to poor, I would always have that little problem. I'm gonna have the hiccups and stuff with it, and it was constant. But it wasn't, and it would come back, but it was sometimes 5, 10, sometimes even 15 or 20 seconds before it would figure it out. Now, I haven't paid that much attention to it today. But from what I have noticed, I'm not seeing all that. So let's just hope. Let's just hope. All right, so this one is dissipating on the south. It's dissipating. I am in Hempstead, Texas right now. And there's not a lot going on anymore. We have strong westerly winds here, I think. If I catch a red light, be sure. And look for a flag. Let's see, we're pointing west. Where's a flag? Nope, those are northwesterly winds now. Here's a red light. Finally found one. Let's see, stick my fan, yeah, northwest wind. Yep. I think we're pretty much done. A few residual outflow boundaries still sitting around out here, but I don't think they're going to stir anything up. Still stuff down to the southwest. Here's a bigger view real quick. There we go. Yeah, I'm not going to worry myself with that stuff south of Interstate 10. I'm not going to worry myself with anything today. I mean, what am I talking about? I wasn't worried about anything. I was just doing what I said I was doing earlier. I haven't been through this town in a long time. The main highway doesn't come through town. It used to be the main highway here. But now Highway 290 bypasses all this. There used to be a restaurant. Let's see, it's going to be up here and see, turn right. It would be on my left. That 20 years ago, I used to come and eat at this place. Forgot what it was called. Joe's or Jose's, or I don't remember exactly. I wonder if it's still there. But yeah, I used to occasionally drive up here and go eat with a friend over there. Let's see, it would have been right up here. on the left. Last one on the corner. Yeah. Oh, well, it's not the same place. They have turned that into a Las Fuentes Mexican restaurant. There's quite a few of those around. One in my hometown. There's one. They're all over. As a matter of fact, I stopped and ate at one in Schulenburg, Texas one time. I went in there, and the guy that was working in there was the same guy that used to work in one that was in my hometown. I said, "Hey, I know you." Time of day right now, 5:04. Stream's gonna go till about 5:15 probably. That guy was walking down the road. I don't know if you saw him on the right side there. He's walking down the road and he's pointing and talking at nothing. I don't know what I don't know what he's doing. Oh, boy. Wonder if I got lucky and got any of the mud washed off. My side steps on my truck, I mean, it had 2 inches of mud all over it. I don't know if going down the road in the heavy rain got rid of any of it or not. If it didn't, when I get home, I'm definitely gonna have to pull out the water hose and wash all that off. My turn. Hopefully when I go back over here, the traffic won't be so backed up as it was earlier. I'll leave you with the rear view for now. Get off my camera. Water dropping. I never even turned on my wireless remote camera today. Wasn't necessary. Yeah, if I want to spend hundreds of dollars before next season, next severe season, it'd be a whole new camera setup. Well, not totally, but you know, be a whole new way of doing it. Potentially even a movable camera. I'm gonna need a bunch of new cables, a whole new way of connecting it. Not, I mean, SDI. Gosh, I don't remember. Have a switcher and all kind of stuff like that. And power for them and everything like that. So it could be pretty expensive. I was also, you know, thinking about working on the audio a little bit. Actually, I was going to do that for this year, but you know, when you have to spend almost $10,000 on the vehicle between March 10th and April 10th. April 10th, I had to spend a little over $8,000 on this vehicle, and then exactly 1 month later, spent almost another $1,000 on it. Kind of takes away from what you want to do, because if it's broke down, you don't need it anyway, right? So, but yeah. Audio side, I'm probably looking at $200 to $300 just to get what would probably be best, and no, not even the best really, but a huge improvement, but not the greatest available. I'm not going to spend that kind of money just on audio. But one thing at a time, or maybe nothing at all. Yeah, I mean, that camera right there is pretty darn good, but it's fixed. I gotta get out of this lane. Somebody pulling a car up there on the trailer, and they're really slowing down. Oh, the river? You see the river? The river's up. Is that no big surprise? The river's up with all the rain that's fallen over the last several days. We're gonna get into brighter skies here in a bit. Yeah, I can change it. Leave all that stuff behind. could be some more. Could be. Could be. You know, I'm gonna try. I don't want to really do this while I'm driving out here on a pretty busy highway. But I can do something real simple. And I only do that when I'm not around any other traffic. Like, get back over in this lane. There's no one's around me. I'll just take a real quick glance at tomorrow. I think there could be some storms tomorrow. Where would I, if I really wanted to, where would I want to be tomorrow? Probably somewhere up in Kansas, but I'm not going up there. I have to be somewhere else tomorrow. Take a quick glance at tomorrow. Tomorrow could be very isolated in nature down here, except for some stuff early. East Texas, Southeast Texas. Certainly not going to concern myself with that. I'm going to be tied up until about 3 p.m. tomorrow anyway, or 3:30. So anything prior to that's really irrelevant. Yeah, it doesn't look too promising. Tomorrow around 4 or 5 p.m. or earlier, western Kansas, yeah, it's going to get active. It's going to be active even in the Texas Panhandle. All right. Well, at least the traffic is not backed up as far as it was earlier. Because we're coming to the intersection where I came in from the north, right up ahead, just past this station, gas station, convenience store on the right. I got a bug splatter. Darn. Why do I get a bug splatter right after I get out of any rain that would have washed it off? Nevertheless, that traffic was backed up way back. It's not like that anymore, so that's good. Currently, barring anything out of the ordinary, I will probably pull up into my driveway in about, let's see, 10, 20, 40 minutes. I'm leaving it all behind. What I'm leaving behind has a significant weather advisory on it. Big wow, big wow. Again, hope the mud got washed off. If it doesn't, that'll be my first thing when I get home. Wash it off. Okay. I'm gonna say about 5:15 I was gonna shut it off. About 5:17. I think it's about time. It's about time. As you can see, this is pretty yawn. Yeah, yawn. Boring. The whole day was kind of boring, but I did accomplish a few things, so it's not a total loss. Also, this kind of 5 o'clock traffic type thing. Oh, excuse me again. Darn drive-in dust. When I get in a safe enough position to shut the stream down, I am going to do that. Thanks for the reaching that minimal target today. I hate to set those, but I have to. I gotta have something to help keep me out here doing this stuff, especially, and I mean especially on days that you really could potentially have something severe. So thanks for the assistance today. Can't tell you when the next stream would be. There's an outside chance that I would do one from home tomorrow, but it would simply be radar and basically covering the activity in the pretty much western Kansas, maybe part of Nebraska, but I won't be home until approximately I'm going to say approximately 4:30 p.m. tomorrow. But if I fire one up, that's all it will be. There will be no visuals other than the radar stuff that I'm going to be looking at. And maybe I would unmute long enough to say, okay, here's what we got going on right here. Maybe a little radar 101. You know, one of those little things where just because that thing might be showing a 3-inch hail marker on it doesn't mean that's 3-inch hail hitting the ground. Compensate for melt and make a very educated guess on what size would actually be reaching ground level based on the temperature profile as the hail falls through it. Such as if you were holding a blow dryer in your right hand. Let's just say you even have it on medium. And you hold an ice cube in your left hand and you move those two things closer together. The heat is going to increase and the ice cube is going to start to melt down in size. You turn that into the vertical, theoretically that's what happens to hail. Many times I've been under the 1 or 1.5 inch hail markers and stuff and didn't have a single hailstone hit me. So there's other times that I have been there and I did have them, but that scan was coming through at about 700 feet. Well, it's not going to melt all the way down before it gets to the ground. So a lot of little tidbits. It's like I said on something yesterday, I think it was. So that also applies to those wind velocities that you see up there. A 92 mile an hour wind at 7,000 feet elevation is not going to be 92 miles per hour at the ground. Not typically, anyway. So I'm coming into Brenham, Texas, and this is going to be the last city that you are going to see me drive near or around, because it's time to shut it down. There's really nothing else to see. So thanks for joining. And with the season coming to pretty much a close as far as I'm concerned, especially down here, I don't know how much more stuff there will be, but we'll see. We'll see. Thanks again, and enjoy your weekend. Oh, I wish I had a... Wait, you know what? Let's hold up. Hold up. What am I seeing to my north? What is that? Where is that one? Where is it? Oh, okay. I see it. We got a pretty little cloud top up to the north. I'll be pointing at it. Okay, I'm going to let it go for 5 more minutes. we've got a little cathedral out there. If I had my remote camera, I could put it on there, but I don't have it turned on, so I'm not gonna bother. We'll come around to it here in a minute. It's just kind of cute. I actually have a couple of stick fingers at home I think I'm going to chow down on when I get back. I kind of do need a snack. I think I will get in the left lane. I see a lot of people merging onto the main highway here. I see too many brake lights up ahead. That's always not a good thing. It could be the traffic trying to don't know. Most people in the right lane, about a mile and a half up the highway, most of the people in the right lane are going to be taking the exit to go to Austin. I'm not, so I can stay in this lane right here all the way. Uh-oh, the little cell is, top is shearing. Look at nice tilt on it. It's a finger. I don't know if I can get it from here. Can we get it? Can we get it? There it is. Isn't that cute? I'm wondering how far I can zoom in on that without it getting totally blurred out. That's the finger. Alright. I know one thing, that this person behind me needs to just back off. Ooh, why'd we go dark? That went dark for some reason. Why did it do that? It shouldn't be that dark. Well, I guess maybe it should. It was weird. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it's an illusion. Maybe I'm just seeing things. Yeah, anyway, yeah, let me at least while I'm at this red light, get this ready for shutdown. Gotta click on that, gotta click on that. Once I get past the traffic lights, I'll probably go ahead and try to turn it off. But definitely not wanting to open up real fast for some reason. Yeah, you go ahead, speed limit 60. Tell you what, law enforcement could clean up on this little stretch of highway out here. Now, I'm going to laugh if I get up to this stoplight and it's red and I pull up right behind them and say, yeah, you gained a lot by going 10 to 15 miles per hour faster than I am. We end up at the same spot anyway. It just might happen. It just might happen. See? Okay, person in Santa Fe, did you gain that much by really zooming down the highway like that? Nope. We're in the same place, buddy. Love it. Gotta love it. Speed limit is 60 for about another 2 miles. They're going to go ahead and go. As a matter of fact, I'm going to let all these people that want to go way faster than they should go. That's their business. If they get pulled over, that's their ticket. Heck, I'm going 5 over myself right now. I'm doing it in the right lane. I'm doing it with everybody else. It's all the same. Whatever. Now it's 5:30 p.m. I've absolutely got to shut this off. Last looks, we don't have much over there anymore. Let's look into the north. I know which one that is. We're done. We're done. Everything back this way, that is stable air. All right, nobody around me. All right, let me find the right button to shut this off. Thanks again, guys. I'll see you another day.